Hello everyone and Merry Christmas. It's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. Today I'm so excited to share with you one of my favorite videos ever to make of the whole year, and that is my Christmas home decor tour. I really enjoyed decorating for Christmas this year. I had my new green bookshelves to decorate, and I really dove into that more traditional nostalgic feel that I just love at Christmas. I love snowflakes. I love using a lot of true red and beautiful greens and nostalgic pieces, berries, pine cones. You'll see it all, and I hope you enjoy. Come on in and let's walk around together. Welcome to my home for Christmas 2022. I have to admit, this year my home is the most like me that I think I've ever had it for the holidays. I feel like the added bookshelves have created this sense of cozy and personality that just really add to the home in a way that makes it cozy and personal. Starting with my tree, I use the same flocked tree that I've used for the past few years, and I just love it. I moved it this year to in front of our little skinny window. That way we can still have my husband's chair set up for him. And this has worked so well by the door. It's incredibly welcoming. The soft glow is beautiful from the outside. This is a pre-lit tree, but I add those big ball outdoor lights to the tree, and it just makes it glow. I also love snowflakes, so you'll see lots of various snowflakes on my tree. These ones came from the Dollar Tree years ago, and I also tucked these little sprigs behind the large snowflakes. I get questions every year about my tree topper. It's from Hobby Lobby. I found it on clearance years ago. Also on my tree, I have lots of little vintage pieces that I've found throughout the years. This embroidered ornament's one of my favorites. I have a lot of handmade snowflakes that you'll see. Many of those were made by my sister. I have shiny brights as I collect them, and lots of meaningful family ornaments, like this adorable nativity drawing by my 6-year-old. I've intermixed lots of meaningful things like this hand-painted ornament by my sister. She painted this for me last year. And many of the green ornaments that you see, the soft green, are from Hobby Lobby. They are shatterproof and wonderful. This little lammy ornament was mine as a child, or is still mine, but I got it in 1984 from my grandparents. Every year I would get a new lamb or sheep themed ornament, and my mom has carried on that tradition, and each of my kids have a theme, and their ornaments are on the tree as well. This one I picked up last year to sort of commemorate our very first Christmas in Idaho. This one my grandmother handmade for me in 1989. This is one of Molly's ornaments. Her theme is joy. Liam, his theme is toys. And Clive's ornament theme, I'm wondering if my book-loving friends will know what his theme is. Here's a lion and a lamppost. Let me know in the comments if you can figure out what his theme is. Here's one of my favorite vintage ornaments. This one was a gift from a friend. This little clip-on bird I actually have a set of. I found at a yard sale for just $1. I love it. These bells that you see throughout my tree were a gift from a friend. The middle color is different on every bell. Next to the tree, we have my husband's little area. I have it set up really cozy for him and, anyone else who wants to sit there. But I've layered lots of cozy plaids, and I'm really enjoying playing around with using plaid this year. Behind it, I have just a few touches on the bookshelf, but it only takes a few things really to make a space feel more magical for Christmas. We still have the brass lamp here for reading, and it sort of stands out even more with the holiday glow. And of course the fireplace is on because it's quite cold already. On the bottom shelf, I have some tins, and that sweet little arrangement I made last year and recreated. I'll link to the video below where I made that. On the next shelf, I just tucked this vintage advent calendar that my friend from Tarnished Treasures sent to me. I'll link to her channel below. She has so much vintage Christmas inspiration on her channel. The next shelf up, I put together this little arrangement with these very, very old Christmas ornaments and this Christmas postcard from the 1920s. I have my little 1940s snowman set next to it. Up top, I found this adorable house at Goodwill recently, and I just love the colors. It was perfect for my bookshelf. And I love stacking vintage, shiny, bright boxes. They have such wonderful typography and imagery. It's so sweet and nostalgic for the holidays. I kept my fireplace somewhat minimal this year as I have so much going on with the bookshelves. Greenery, my beeswax candles, and underneath the artwork I already had there, I put this frame with a lovely vintage ornament hanging from it. This is one of my absolute favorite ornaments, and I love giving it a special place of honor by hanging it with a vintage ribbon on this open frame. The swags I got a few years ago at a local florist back in Washington. In the center, I tucked a cluster of pine cones, and it's all sitting on top of a vintage mirrored tray. On my coffee table, I placed this cluster of greenery in a vase, and I set it on top of a berry wreath to give it some red. And there's several different picks here, but I love the way they all look together. It adds a lot of texture and greenery and height to this area. Next to that, I stacked some of my favorite Christmas books with this sweet vintage Christmas card. This is Journey to Christmas. It has some Christmas short stories in it that are so sweet and nostalgic. This book is A Family Christmas. This is from the Kennedys. It's a collection of short stories, poetry, song lyrics, and sweet little illustrations all about Christmas. Underneath that book, I have The Night Before Christmas from my childhood. This is my childhood Christmas book. I love this book, and I'm so grateful that I get to have it now as an adult. Whenever I thought of Santa as a child, this is what I thought of. This is what I thought he looked like. This is what I thought he did. This is just the most magical Christmas book to me. I love the illustration style, and you can see how this book has really influenced my Christmas decor. The next book is Take Joy. It's from Tasha Tudor, and I absolutely love this book. I found it at a yard sale years ago for just $1, and it's become a family treasure. I read from it every year. There is the story of the gift of the Magi in here. There's other short stories, scriptures, songs, poems, actual Christmas music that's so fun to play, and Tasha Tudor's illustrations are so beautiful. I also have here a vintage Ideals magazine. And last but not least, I have 2 sweet children's books from the 40s that are illustrated by Masha. This is one of my absolute favorite illustrators, and the books are gilded and gorgeous. Everything stacked together is just a bit of Christmas magic for me. My couch is all cozy with various layered plaids and sweater material blankets. And the bookshelf next to the couch, I've just added again just a few things. It doesn't take much to make your home feel cozy for Christmas. I hung the kids' stockings here so they actually wouldn't block the heat on the fireplace. And the stockings were handmade by my younger sister. She also gave me the stocking holders. She was getting rid of them and I thought I could use them. There's again a lot of plaid, a lot of nostalgic touches. So this church, as well as the house that was on the other bookshelf, are part of an advent calendar set. I found them at Goodwill. I hope at some point to add to the rest of the set, as I think there are 4 pieces in total. And next to it, I have intermixed various decorative trees, different textures, and various heights of trees. And here's a tip if you like to display your stockings. If you fill them with a little bit of something, it will help them to hang better and look better as decor. Here on this shelf, I have stacked my collection of Vintage Ideals magazines that I found at a yard sale. And I have, again, stacked Christmas ornament boxes and a sweet little tin axe as a bookend here. Next to my husband's chair, I have some books, a candle, and this sweet stationery box with a holly print. On this door, I thought it would be fun to hang this wreath that I made. I actually made this in the summer. It's made from an old wire hanger that I tied scraps of sweater material and lace onto. I stained a sweater horribly and repurposed it this way. I think my favorite moment this year has to be these giant snowflakes. I covered this long wall that I have here with various sizes of these paper bag snowflakes. I'm sure you've seen these, they're all over Pinterest. My daughter made some in her art class last year, so her and I together made these this year and created this very whimsical, oversized feeling that's just so magical for Christmas. My table centerpiece, you guys have seen this before. It's one of my signature moves. I filled this footed milk glass bowl with a bunch of my Shiny Brights. Now these are ones that I wouldn't hang up because they're either too old or slightly damaged or just very unique and rare. I don't want them to get ruined, so I keep them here. Oh, you can see me. I keep them here on the table. My kitchen just looks so cozy this year for Christmas. I'm so happy with it. I added this wreath that came from an estate sale on my pantry door, and it looks really good with the copper piece that was already there. I also added this flocked garland that I got from Walmart a few years ago. It fit perfect over this section of cabinetry. I tucked in little sprigs of berries I got at Hobby Lobby last year and some pine cones from our backyard. I also hung up my grandmother's gingerbread cookie cutters. These are very nostalgic to me, and I used a really pretty red velvet ribbon to hang them in my kitchen. Next to the stove, I just used a little bit of tartan plaid ribbon to tie around my utensil holder, and I hung up this really sweet pot holder that a friend made me. I have an adorable tea towel I was gifted hanging on my stove. And on the other side of the stove, I have our advent calendar. I got this at Target when Molly was a baby, and she's now a teenager, so I don't think you can find it anywhere anymore, but I still love it. I have this new addition to my kitchen, which is this KitchenAid that my husband got me for my birthday. I love it. He totally surprised me, and I've already put it to work making holiday food. In my open cabinet, I tucked this little assemblage project that I made with my daughter several years ago. And I put my salt and pepper shakers that go with my Christmas dishes here. And just added a little sprig with some holly berries and a pine cone on top of my dessert plates. And of course, the mixing bowls are also hard at work. My coffee station is very simple this year as well. I just added an ornament, some greenery, and our favorite blue Le Creuset mugs. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Here's the view from the kitchen into the dining space, and you can see where I like to hang my Christmas cards. Right now I just have vintage cards and favorite Christmas cards from past years hanging here, but all it is a plaid ribbon that I tack to the wall, and I use teeny tiny little clips that I found at Walmart to hang the cards on, and it works so well. I've done this for a few years, and it's a really great way to display your cards. In our family room, I actually scaled back my decor this year. I felt like I wanted to have a space that was maybe a little less loud with holiday decor, a place that's more restful. And I think that's a good idea when it comes to the hustle and bustle of Christmas, to keep a few spaces a little bit scaled back. I moved the blue chair over here to make room for the tree, and it's become a favorite spot to sit and read. I kept that green throw that I found at a yard sale this summer on the chair, and I used this gift bag that my sister gave me last year and put a pillow inside of it. It looks so cute, and it's really cozy for Christmas. My son, my 10-year-old, surprised me with this, and I thought it was so amazing. I told him I'm going to hang this up, and he was so pleased. I love it. He was very creative in using what he had to make this. It's so perfect. I also have my Christmas book collection out. You guys know this is just one of my favorite things every year, to pull out my Christmas collection of books. Some of these are vintage, some of them aren't, but I love children's books. But Christmas children's books, oh my goodness, they're so precious. The Christmas Stories of George MacDonald is a new one this year. I actually checked that out from the library. But the rest I'm sure you've seen in years past. The Night Before Christmas, I have a few versions of that. Snowmen at Night, I also have Snowmen at Christmas. Stephen Kellogg's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Can You See What I See? I Spy. The Friendly Beasts. The Santa Claus book in front there. Christmas Bears. Santa Mouse. I have a whole Jan Brett collection. She has so many wonderful children's books, but her Christmas stuff is just my favorite. On these bookshelves, I tucked a few vintage Christmas cards within books, sort of poking out like they were acting like bookmarks. And then I also have these, what I'm calling literary moments. I have this really neat illustrated version of Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol by Sweet Sequels. She has an amazing story, and I will link to it below. I love her work. So I have one of the pages open and a candlestick in front, this Victorian looking house ornament displayed, as well as two very old vintage ornaments. I'm not sure if they're Victorian, but I think it works. And then I have this illustration also from Sweet Sequels. God bless us, everyone. On the next shelf, this vintage tin that I found at Goodwill. And around my lovely vintage tin of the beautiful late queen, I tucked some berries. And a fan favorite here at the Sweet and Simple home is the vintage cake topper on top of the globe. Santa has returned to the globe and is making his way across North America. I also have some little plaid gift boxes placed up there. On my globe tin, I have a Joy to the World banner. I have another literary moment, as I'm calling it, with a white frosted tree and a lamppost next to my Narnia books. I have another little assemblage piece that my daughter and I made. Some Christmas ornament hooks and some vintage postage items just tucked in between books. On the couch, I have these sort of fuzzy, furry pillows and this wonderful throw that's been a favorite of mine for years. It was a yard sale find from Pottery Barn for just $5. Here's the view from the family room looking towards the front, and I just love it. I love making my home beautiful for the holidays, and I hope this inspires you to use what you have to make a few things and get creative. The holidays is such a wonderful time to add some extra sparkle and extra cozy to the home. For the remainder of the tour, I'd love to play for you just a little Christmas song, very humbly recorded, and show you the home all cozy for the evening. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I truly hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I do hope you'll hit that red subscribe button and come back for more. You guys take care, have a very blessed holiday season, and I'll be back with more soon.